It's time to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Put these letters in order of my favorite letters. Is it A, C, B, A, C, B, or D, X? Well, I really don't know. This is, wow. Oh, my whole family's watching. I'd like to use everything. Well, you can't. This is your final answer. Answer me now. Which ones are my favorite letters in order? A, C, B, A, C, D, or D, X? I have to go with B? No, the correct answer is A, B. Well, you said A was C. That's what I meant. A, C. Happy but. I've always said Regis is a robot. What does he even do in a life? What does he do? How is he the thing? What does he say hi on a morning show? Hi. You ever met another Regis? Maybe a dog. I just can't figure it out. Who wants to be a guy who interviews people who want to be a millionaire? Not me. I'm not that interested in looking at you until they claymation your face back to human form. You little leprechaun. He drops from the sky right now in a helicopter, and all his goons who look just like him on ropes and surround me and do a jig. Would you like to be chemically castrated? Let's ask your friends. Ooh, they vote A. Yes. Would you like to have your final boner? Steve, you've really gone off the deep end with this one. Well, you know what I did today? It's not like I meant to do this. I had to go to the... I'd forgotten to go to the pharmacy. Great setup, Steve. What a suspenseful guy. Went to the pharmacy, okay. And I don't like being in a pharmacy because that's where sick people go. And my medications weren't ready, so I'm walking in and out. So I'm behind this guy in line, and I hear the cashier say to him, well, I noticed, first of all, that he has a pants and shirt on, obviously, but underneath, I could tell his legs were not necessarily prosthetics. I didn't get it exactly, but anyway, the cashier was asking him, I don't know what the hell the story's about, because I'm avoiding it, see. I heard him say, oh, hi, doctor, so-and-so. He was a teacher, and he was asking for his birthday for the medication. And he said, oh, my birthday is also August 31st. And so I chime in, oh, I'm also August 31st. And this man has no limbs. I mean, he has no arms or legs, but he has legs, but I think they're, tucked in like a prosthetic, not like a metal one. But I didn't realize from looking behind that he had no arms. And I was, so I was helping him carry some stuff. And we put on the counter. I mean, and he gets around. He drove there. And, we got along like really great. He was an older guy, and he's a teacher of political science. It's just interesting helping this man because he didn't ask me for any help. And so he's doing things like that he normally does. Like when I put all the stuff on the counter, he just like rips out his wallet with his mouth, like out of a little bag, and then puts the credit card in with the chip, in with his mouth, punches in the numbers with his nose, takes the chip back out, puts it back in his wallet. I was amazed, and I kept saying, I don't want to, act like he's a very capable man. I didn't want to, obviously, any sense impinge on his, what he's obviously used to doing, and at the same time, I wanted to help him. But so I just carried the groceries out, and we were talking for a while, and we just had a lot in common. I don't know, it was a very emotional experience. Seeing someone, and he wasn't hesitant about shaking hands. His legs were under jeans, and you couldn't see, but his arms were not, and his arms didn't go down to the elbows. They were just past the shoulders. I really don't know how he drove. So, I shook him. I shook, hands with him. And helped him, and then we stood outside and talked for a long time about many different things. And he didn't have a car that like helped him drive or anything, just a normal car. And he drove it with no hands, really no arms, and I don't know because his legs. I don't know how he operated the pedals. They weren't like high-tech prosthetics. I could tell. You could see that they were sort of like sticking out, made of plastic. And this man just like touched me in such ironically, that's the whole point of why I'm even saying this. We had the touching thing is that we had a great time talking, and it was very interesting. And I found differences rooted in a similarity, or similarities rooted in a difference between us. I don't know, maybe because we're both August 31st. But then, we after we talked a long time out in the cold weather, um, he went to shake my hand, and instead of shaking, because his arm just went just past his shoulder, in no way did I even think about it. I didn't recoil. I didn't think it. All I did is I fist bumped him there. I fist bumped him where he didn't have an arm. And we left. I said, I hope I run into you again. And I have been very distraught over why over fist bumping him, because here's why. I feel like a lot of times in life, people probably, if he's that open about shaking hands, a lot of times people probably haven't maybe necessarily hesitated, at least, if not known what to do or avoided. And our experience was so great that I wish, this is OCD in motion. This is a therapy session. I don't know why I'm recording this, except for maybe I'll just play it for my therapist and won't podcast it. Although that Regis bit, oh, damn. Anyway, the fact that I fist bumped him, the fact that we had such a great time, and in a matter of 15 to 20 minutes waiting for a medication, and such a great talk, and such an experience that filled me with new, vivid thoughts, that when I fist bumped him, I felt that I took away from that maybe I hurt him in some way, that, like, he thought, well, like, all right, I put in my time helping him and talking to him, so, like, I'm not going to shake hands with, with his sort of shoulder again. And then in no way was that the case, but I can't stop obsessing about it to the point where I'm very distraught. And, like, I'm going on the website where he teaches because I want to reach out to him through email. And, like, I don't know, I think this is pretty typical of OCD. They say people with OCD, if you ask them what the weather's like outside, by the time they're done explaining, you'll know the exact indigo blue hue of the sky, but you won't know whether or not it's raining. And that's very much like me in my explanations, I guess. I just felt like it could have been the perfect experience, as I'm always looking for perfection, and I've had to redefine what my perfection is over the years, which I never knew was a possibility, but it is. Through continuous distress, you would redefine perfection and learning experiences and steps forward, but many backward. It's like being on stage. You learn when you bomb. You learn when you kill too, but also it's like, hey, look at me, I killed. You bomb. It's like, what do I got to fix? Or even a couple jokes don't work. I just felt like I gave this guy, and this guy gave me, a mutual experience that I can't really articulate what it was like. But it was like a lot of laughs and a lot of thoughts. And the cashier who rang him up, she had mentioned her daughter didn't have a forearm. And so she like broke the ice. I don't know. It was just, I just feel distressed that after I shook his hand upon meeting him, had a long, wonderful conversation. And then at the end when he went to shake my hand, I wish I would have just shook him instead of fist bumping. I just didn't know how to shake him exactly, but it didn't even occur to me. It was just all one motion. And I spend my life sweating the small stuff. He probably thinks nothing of it, but deep inside me, I believe that in life he's experienced a lot of these moments. I have a disability in my OCD. It's been there since kindergarten, and it got to a point where it was unmanageable when I was 28 or 29. I've always led a very sneaky, stealth life. It's the reason probably I wasn't a class clown, and I was a class con. I was always pulling cons, going home to shower and check other podcasts. In fact, check other podcasts. When you hear me being mean to people and relationships and whatever, women, then go back to this, because this is shit. This isn't funny, but at least it's what I think about a lot. Shut up, Steve. You did nothing. You're an emotional boob. That man is probably laughing at you, throwing darts with his tongue at your pictures of your penis. I should rename this podcast to Go Fuck Yourself, Steve, with a spade shovel. It's time to play Who Wants to Be a Drillionaire? Join me on my 2-day course, and I'll teach you how to drill anything through everything. I've drilled through coins, buttons, walls, pins, paper, floors, and more. Join me on my 4-day course. Is that your ultimate response? I'm sorry. You failed on... You wanted to be a millionaire and you failed. Who wants a guy who wanted to be a millionaire? I'll auction him off right now. Well, sir, you will leave today with Millionaire soap and Millionaire body wash. Compliments of me, Regis, the millionaire, for who knows what. What do? I say hi on a morning show? Hello, I say hi on the morning show.